Tonight, Chief Justice and Attorney General trade blame over the failure of the justice system to expedite prosecution of Galamsey criminals. As it emerges, more than 140 cases are still pending before the court.
Wait a minute, 140 cases on Galamsey related matters still pending before the courts of Ghana. And the Attorney General is directing or requesting the Chief Justice to expedite the hearing of such cases. His suggestion is that
Your Leadership, I therefore respectfully call on you to direct all judges sitting on Galamsey cases to conclude the cases, the hearing of which has started within 1 month from the commencement of the legal year.
In this video, we dissect the issue about hearing of Galamsey cases as it is between the Chief Justice and the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana.
Make it legal.
140 cases on Galamsey related matters still pending before the courts of Ghana. And the Attorney General is directing or requesting the Chief Justice to expedite the hearing of such cases. His direction is that the CJ should direct the judges to hear all the Galamsey cases and try each of them within a month. As you might have heard in the news, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, who is the head of the judiciary, is being requested by the Attorney General, who is the lawyer for the government and the Minister for Justice, that the Chief Justice should direct all judges to hear cases of Galamsey and Galamsey related offenses. At least they should be tried within a month when legal vacation resumes properly in October 10, 2024. Now, I'm a lawyer, so I'm going to assess some of these suggestions and directions with the perspective of the practical sense. But first of all, this is what the AG actually said at the judges' conference this year. Take a look at it first.
Illegal mining known as Galamsey continues to wreak incalculable damage to the forest reserves and river bodies of the country. A major setback to the struggle against Galamsey is the rate of adjudication and punishment of offenders. The deterrence of Galamsey sought to be achieved by the amendment to the Mineral Mining Act in 2019 by requiring a punishment for a minimum of 15 years plus a heavy fine in the case of a Ghanaian and a minimum of 20 years plus a hefty fine for a non-Ghanaian. It is not aided by the tiredness of our courts in computing Galamsey cases. Convictions are secured, but they come in trickles. Currently, over 140 cases of illegal mining involving over 850 accused persons are pending in courts in the Western, Eastern, Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Upper East regions of Ghana. Your Leadership, I therefore respectfully call on you to direct all judges sitting on Galamsey cases to conclude the cases, the hearing of which has started within 1 month from the commencement of the legal year on 10th October 2024.
So the AG is saying that there are over 140 cases of Galamsey that are still pending before the courts in Ghana. AG, which regions are they pending at? Tell us, which regions?
In the Western, Eastern, Ashanti, Greater Accra, and Upper East regions of Ghana.
Oh, it is very true. The situation cannot be right. 140 cases pending since 2020. I mean, that's a lot of cases involving the shop Galamsey. I mean, it means that some people might have been sued in court in respect of the Galamsey activity. It is yet to determine whether they are guilty or they are not guilty. I can bear with the Attorney General why it's of great concern that the Chief Justice should ensure that these cases are heard within a month. But first of all, the Chief Justice indeed thinks that the problem is not from the judges. The problem is from the AG's office.
On the issue of delays in Galamsey cases, the Attorney General will acknowledge that our engagements have shown that the delays often come from the work of prosecutors.
Well, the Deputy Attorney General clarifies what the AG has been saying and has said strongly that indeed the cases can be expedited and it's at the discretion of the judges to do so, and they have all the power to ensure that at least the 1 month trial of cases involving Galamsey is possible. I don't know what you think, but this is the explanation from the Deputy Attorney General, clarifying the more what the AG has been saying or the suggestion being made by the AG to the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana. Listen to him first.
When it comes to criminal prosecution in court, basically you are talking about 3 parties. You are talking about the prosecution, you are talking about the defense, they're also talking about the court. But if you look at these three personalities I'm talking about, the one with the power to control proceedings is the judge. And definitely, you have instances where the delays may also come from our side as prosecutors. And so I don't think the CJA is wrong on this call, but it's a tripartite system where each of the parties within that setup has a role to play. I think the judge has said, if you look at the three parties, the one with the power to control proceedings is the judge. And so if the judge insists that he's going to go on with the matter, whether parties come or not, or whether lawyers come or not, it is within the power of that judge so to do. Even if you are ready to prosecute the matter and the court or the judge is not ready to hear you, you cannot go on with it. So you're looking at a situation where the judges control their court. They've been doing all this while, but when it comes to these special cases, we want to have them heard expeditiously.
Well, that is the view from the Attorney General's office as re-echoed by the Deputy Attorney General. Now, what are lawyers saying about these things? First of all, let's also listen to a very important, prominent lawyer who was once Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana. He also shared his views on the suggestion being made by the Attorney General that the Chief Justice should ensure that cases involving Galamsey are dealt with or are tried within 1 month. Just take a listen to what he also has to say, about some of these suggestions, and then I'll be back with my opinion.
We have the judge, we have the prosecutor, we have defense counsel, we have interpreters, we have witnesses, we have the accused, and what I will call unnecessary adjournments. If the others are ready, but the judge has gone on the conference for which reason she is not sitting, the case cannot come on. If the prosecutor fails to appear in court and the defense counsel is ready, the case cannot go on. If the defense counsel is ready and the prosecutor is not there, the case cannot go on. You can have a problem of interpretation. Sometimes we joke with this our Ghana language that we talk about. You see somebody who wants to give evidence in Ghana, and they tell you there's no interpreter who can interpret. The case must have to suffer an adjournment. You are waiting for a witness to appear in court. The witness fails to appear, or for some reason the accused person himself is not well. You need all these people to be present at each point of the time for cases to proceed. And therefore, you cannot put the blame only on one party. Again, remember that with the lower courts, it is not the prosecutors at the Attorney General's Department who go to prosecute. In the few cases they do, but for magistrate and circuit courts, you have police prosecutors, mainly, who prosecute on behalf of the Attorney General. So you cannot also put all the blame on the AG's department. He might have done his work. The police head of prosecutions and police, judicial police or JUPO might have done their work. And yet the prosecutor, who is supposed to be in court, says he's attending a funeral in the Volta region, so he cannot come to court. So until we are able to deal with all these matters, we cannot blame only one party. They are all involved. A judge will not sit and he will never tell anybody. The people will travel from wherever they are coming from, only to get to the court to be told that the judge is attending a conference or the judge is not sitting today. That is all. They never give you information before the time. Even if you get to court early and you are waiting and you ask the court clerk, what is the position with Madam? It appears it's taking a little while. He says, I don't know, we have to wait. I have no instructions to adjourn. And you may have to sit down to about 11 o'clock before you are told that, Madam has called from the house that is unable to come.
Yes, he explained clearly what a trial entails and the fact that we need a lot more persons beyond the judges to ensure that trial of the case is concluded or is conducted. So that is a very honest view, and I think he did justice to assessing both sides of the matter, from the judge's side, from the lawyer's side. Each of these people play very critical roles in ensuring that the case is effectively and timeously dispose of. So I think it's a very important call. The Chief Justice should look at it. She's saying that all these issues about delays and, you know, not having anything take place on the day of adjournment and all of that is largely from the office of the Attorney General. That is the prosecutors who handle the criminal trial. She's saying that based on her engagement so far, it is clear that it is from the AG's office and the prosecutors of these cases that oftentimes cause some of these delays. But what I would say, as my opinion, is that we all actually need to come on board and ensure that the judicial system is cleansed up with all delays. Sometimes you go to court and the judge is late and you receive a notification that she will come. You will be told in the courtroom after you've come to court that she will be coming to court at 10 o'clock. So you will have to bear with the judge, and then she has an emergency, she's coming. Well, it's a human decision. So we'll all sit down there and be waiting for the judge to come. Can't we design a system where before you come to court, you can receive a notification on your phone or via email or SMS that the judge will not be sitting a day before the court date, so that you don't drive all the way from your house as a client or as a lawyer from your office to the court premises and wait for an hour or two before you are told that the judge will not be sitting. Once the judge doesn't sit, all the cases that have been adjourned for that day, they will not have anything happen. They will just be re-adjourned another day. And what that means is that delay will happen. So from the court side, I would say that we should design an effective system of communication between lawyers and the court, or parties and the court. You send them an SMS a day before, and they are sometimes some of the cases you have to travel to another region as a lawyer or as a party to go and do it. So in some of those instances, you may take a flight and go to Takrady or take a bus to Tamale, only to be told that the judge will not be sitting because you didn't have any way of knowing. Sometimes the court clerks are not even aware that the judge will not be sitting on that day. So the judges also play a role, and I think we can all look at it. And I also believe lawyers play a role, because sometimes lawyers, you know that you have a case on that day, say in Adenta, and you have adjourned another case to say the same date in Accra. Obviously, you cannot attend the two. You have to make a reasonable arrangement to ensure that another lawyer is present for your client in the case that is in Adenta, which you will not be present at. That is what the rules of ethics require us to do. But most times, lawyers will write a letter seeking to have the case adjourned because they are not able to make it, or because they are unavailable. Sometimes we can also avoid that from happening. And I think we all play roles, especially lawyers and judges. These two people are major in the problems of delay that we experience in the court. And if we really come together and take a very close look at it, we can devise better way of resolving the issue of delay. It's largely an issue of communication, the lack of it between the lawyers and parties, and then the court. And that is what has brought about here. So the CJ is blaming the Attorney General. The Attorney General is calling on the CJ to do something. So, I mean, if these two parties feel both sides are not the one responsible, are not able to tell that we are the ones who have to fix the issue, then we have a problem. But I think that both sides of the faction can actually come together and devise effective ways to handle the matter. Yes, that is very important, and we can do it. This is my opinion, and we share it right here on Make It Legal. I am Godwin Selassie Dakbo, and this is Make It Legal.
Make it legal.